So I saw, and I like a lot of the stuff that you said, it resonates with me. But I saw Paxton and Hefner out in Wood County a few weeks ago at an event, HE Hefner, and he was railing about, in the context of the election integrity, because you can probably guess my issue. But, and I want to compliment your staff. I was at the Capitol 2 weeks ago. They did a great running interference.
Oh, good.
To keep me out.
No, interference, so sorry.
And I also want to compliment Lauren Young, who I spoke to today.
Yeah.
But he was railing against, and it's something that you touched on, rogue DAs. You know, they can literally sit there on camera and stuff about cops if they're not going to, and things like that. But he also talked about the criminal court of appeals and some other things. And he was openly calling on legislators to do something about this, because in his words, there is no remedy. There is nothing until our legislators do something about rogue agents, judges, DAs, whatever they are across the board. And I think we all know the work of that pretty much community and some other stuff. But he was literally calling for that and saying, until we do something, we are going to have a society where we can write any laws that we want, and you simply don't have to follow them in certain circumstances. And so, I've recently spoken to some people in the Senate, and they potentially have a place for that. Is there anybody in the House even talking about this issue?
Well, I think I did just talk about it.
Well, I mean, in the context of actually bringing something forward.
Yeah, so we're dealing with this a lot in the context of school board. Like when my buddy Jared Patterson out in Denton County is doing a great job of shedding light on the obscene and pornographic materials in our school libraries, which is an issue we're also going to deal with. I wish we could deal with it in a special session as well before next school year starts, but I don't think that's possible. So it's officers of political subdivisions of the state, so like school districts or district attorneys or mayors or county judges who violate state laws. So if a county judge during a time of emergency wants to shut down churches, okay, and say you can't congregate with more than 100 people, you should be able to, you shouldn't be allowed to do so in our county. Well, now we have a state law and a constitutional amendment that says that a county judge cannot do that. But I believe very strongly I could name them. We have county judges in Texas who will ignore that. And what I believe the state legislature should be able to do at that point is step in and remove that individual from office with due process and with the right framework and constraints. That's all we have the ability to do at that point. Apart from the voters kicking that person out of office, the state legislature has very, very limited ability to go in and remove someone. So impeachment should be on the table.
How fast can you do that?
I've never done it before. The last impeachment in Texas there were articles of impeachment brought within the last 10 years against one of the University of Texas regents, who's a gubernatorial appointee and is subject to the impeachment statutes, but it never went anywhere. I think the last impeachment was like in the 60s or 70s, something. Don't quote me on that. I could be way off. I hate to talk about impeachment. I would rather the voters just kick these people out of office. And like in the case of the Dallas County DA, and let me say this in closing. We talk about how progressively radical the Democrat Party has gotten on these issues dealing with like the pornographic and obscene materials in libraries and the drag shows. A lot of what we're seeing, just this extreme behavior from the left, and the Democrat Party protecting these folks and being afraid to speak up. I believe so strongly that this is a great opportunity, maybe a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us as Republicans to fill that void, and for those Democrat voters who don't agree with us on every issue, they just don't, but they have no home right now politically, is for us to say, look, we are common sense conservatives. We will work with you. We will talk with you. We want the right policies in Texas and the right people in office. And because I think there's going to be a wave election in November for Republicans. You're seeing in South Texas right now Democrat elected officials switch parties and run as Republicans. Donald Trump won the South Texas border communities, which have historically voted dark, dark blue, bluer than your shirt. They voted Republican. They voted for Trump. Why? Because he says it like it is, and they're done with their side. They have no home. So
good leadership.
doesn't mean we compromise our values. It doesn't mean we water down our message. It doesn't mean we we not fight for what's right and stand up for our core convictions, but it means we just message and we get to know people and we let them know that we welcome them if they want to come vote with us. And this group is a great group to do that. So